Hi there, and welcome to this lecture with me, Ian Alexander. In this video, I'm going to be going over changing the tempo of your project and also basic time stretching. So let's first have a look at changing the tempo. We go up to the transport bar up here and click on where we can see the BPM. At the moment, it's 130. If we right click on it, we can see there's a few tempo options here, which we can simply click on. So if I play this back, you can see it's playing, but much slower than before. I'm just going to press undo. Okay, great. So that all works fine. One thing we need to note, if we change the tempo, but we have already recorded some audio, then the audio will go out of time. So let me play this bit where the shaker comes in. Right, now if I change the tempo again, I'm going to right click and choose a different tempo. You can see the length of the audio file appears to change. Now, when we play back, you'll hear it's out of time. So when we work with MIDI, this is fine, as it always conforms to the grid. But when working with audio, the audio file is actually at a different tempo to the project now. So we want to make sure we've decided on a tempo before we start recording in all of our audio. So I'm just going to click and drag the tempo now to change it to a more appropriate speed. I'm going to go to a section where we don't have the shaker. 130 BPM wasn't bad, but it was just a touch too fast, so I'm going to change it to 128. So to type in an exact amount, right click, and then go down to type in value. That seems fine now, but we still have the problem with the shaker. Fortunately, we can actually time stretch audio files. I wouldn't recommend doing this for any pitched instruments or any harmonic parts in your song, as when you time stretch like this, it will actually change the pitch of the audio file slightly, as it is being sped up or slowed down. But as the shaker part isn't a pitched instrument, it shouldn't cause any problems time stretching it just a tiny bit. As we've only changed the tempo by 2 BPM, it won't make much of a negative difference. So I'm just going to quickly show you how you can time stretch this. So what we do is we go up to the track header here and check the stretch box. So now if we go over to bar 25 and zoom in, I'm going to do so by holding Command on a Mac or Control on a PC and scrolling. We can see there that the shaker part no longer reaches bar 25. If I change this to 130 BPM again, it goes back and everything is in the correct position. Let's just change it back to 128. Now we can see there's that small gap again. Now we have the stretch enabled. We'll be able to simply drag this all the way over to bar 25 and it should be in time. So remember, as we have snap on at the moment, we're going to hold Alt on the keyboard so we can finally stretch this out. Just going to zoom back out by pressing Shift and 2. One thing to note, even though there is 2 shaker regions in the playlist, when I time stretch them, it's time stretching both, as these are the exact same audio file. So now let's have a listen back. As you could hear there, it all sounded absolutely fine and in time. I'm just going to solo it by right-clicking on the shaker track on the green LED, and I'm going to turn on the metronome, just so you can hear it in time with the click. I'm just going to right-click again so this track is no longer soloed. Okay, now we've time stretched that, I'm just going to disable the stretch icon at the top here. Okay, great. Now we've got the shaker back in time with the project and we've chosen our tempo, we are ready to start recording any harmonic audio parts. Remember, it's fine to change the tempo if you're just working with MIDI, but once you start recording audio, you really want to have decided on your BPM. There are more advanced ways of time stretching audio, but using this stretch feature is the most simple. I hope this technique was useful, and I'll see you in the next lecture.